and such a beautiful attitude. No one has complained. You're probably a little sleepy, but we want to fit this in. Just every minute we want to just fill it with what God has for us. And we just again thank God for the miracle that you are here. Sister, Pastor Mary, how you snuck in, I don't even know. It was such a miracle because Pastor Sylvester is in the hospital. But where he is, he told her, my relatives are here, they will take care of me, you go.
Well, he told us.
And that is, that's admirable.
Yeah.
For a man to be in the hospital and he's really going through a lot. And he tells his family, go. Because Pastor Sylvester is the one. When we first started, we talked to certain people, and he said, I believe 100% that this must happen, and it must happen now. So I thank God that he, may God bless him for it. So tonight, we're very blessed to have Pastor Salomi. I call her Sister Salomi because I've always called her that. But I really respect this woman. She's a very humble woman. She's over, thousands of people. There are over so many people in different nations, and yet they are just, you know what? One other person, Makey. I don't remember your name. Barbara. Okay, this is Makey. Makey is the one that's over, getting us all comfortable, making sure we're happy, and we just appreciate you. And Barbara, the labor that you all have done. You've spent many hours helping us, and we just thank you. And then Macy God really uses her. She thoroughly rebuked Veronica this afternoon and told her something that none of us can tell Veronica, and that is that she has to rest and enjoy. Thank you. So, anyways, and for the Nigerians that just came, you are experiencing something that no one else in the history of our ministry has ever experienced in 69 years, and that is that Veronica Sanchez has traveled internationally. She's been with Agnes from the time she was 19, so that's 31 years. She has never traveled overseas, although she traveled personally with Agnes many of the places that she went, especially when Agnes got older. She was Agnes's personal assistant, and she's our administrator. She's an amazing woman. She has a spirit of wisdom that rests upon her, and she is the reason why everybody gets Christmas gifts. She'll tell me, Teresa, I'm praying for this. When it comes in, don't touch it. So anyways, Pastor Salomi, please come and share with us. Someone scanned some pictures and sent them. I'm sorry we couldn't divide all the pictures up and make it better for you, But we're just, we're okay. We're okay. And please share. And this is my twin. We're the same age, born the same year. And we both are just as beautiful as Sister Pauline, Pastor Mary. We're all beautiful women. So, Sister, please share with us. Thank you very much.
Praise the Lord. I'm so glad to be here. And I'm so happy to see our friends and our relatives, one family, because of Mama Agnes. So I had a vision about Mama Agnes immediately after my marriage. We got married, Pastor Yeswanth Kumar and me married. You can show. And in 1982 we got married, and in July we got married, and in August I had a vision. I have to tell this how we come to know about Mama Agnes. I had a vision that the blue carpet and blue gown, a short woman with white hair, and she's opening a box and giving a gift to me. In the my husband is in this churches. Yeah, this is my husband, but it's old pictures. I have in my mobile. It's very hard to connect it. Okay. So I had a vision like this, and I told my husband, like that I had a vision when old mother is giving a gift to me. And he said, maybe somebody way beyond the world. You see, I don't know who it is. But in 1989, we came to Palmdale. Somer Ranch. And that time I saw Mama Agnes and I said, this is the woman I saw. Even my husband testified it. I don't know whether Sister Teresa remember that. One evening he testified about it. She had a vision like that. And the same a big box, wooden box, I saw in Mama Agnes' room. And she said, is this the one you saw? I said, yes.
Wow.
And there is a gift for you. So she gave a beautiful gift. And they loaded up our bags with many things because, you know, in ranch, Sister Amala was there at that time. And Kathy was there. Sister Jerry was there.
Yes.
I remember everyone. And Sister Veronica was there. And we had a very good time. That time, Olsen was just 2.5 years, 3 years maybe, a small baby like. So we all visited. Since then, we have this relationship. God brought us together like that. So I come from India. It's a very big nation, very ancient nation, because the man who walked with Jesus, Thomas, came to our land, India. So he was a martyr. He died as a martyr in our land. So many missionaries throughout the world, many people came to India and they wanted to work for the gospel in India, but many were martyred and died shed the blood in India. So we are also praying for our country and we are praying for that. My husband is come from Hindu background. He is a typical Hindu and he hated Christ when he was young because their background was like that. They worshipped many gods in India. So while they are like that, his father was a military officer, so they don't want to worry about anything. They were very happily living. But all of a sudden, a witchcraft attack was there on the family. One of his sister was attacked by the monkey god that was worshipped by my mother-in-law. For 32 years, she worshipped that god. The same monkey god was possessed to this girl, one of my husband's sister, and she acted as a monkey for another 2 years, following years. And that knowledge is not there. So she was suffered when she was suffering with this possession like this. When she was attacked by the demon possession, my mother-in-law could not do anything. She worshipped many gods, but nothing worked out. I have written a book on my husband's journalism, like a biography. In that I have mentioned everything. Finally, tomorrow I will give the books to you. Tomorrow, I will bring the books. Yeah, this is my, this is Samuel is here. So, this is Samuel. Samuel and my oldest son Gladson. In this age we visited first time. So came to the Somer Ranch. So like that. So when she was attacked by the demon person, she was possessed by the demons, and my mother-in-law went to many pillar to post. She went to the temples, but nothing worked out. And 2 years she acted like a monkey, sitting on the high shelves and things like that. And she will throw stones on people, bite them, and because they come from very good high caste Hinduism, Hindu people, they lived in a very good place. It is the heart of the city, near Commercial Street, we'll say. There, it was a very big house, 16 rooms in that, and they lived very highly, but when this demon possession was there, they could not go out because she acted very funny. So my father-in-law also, he was in a very good position in military, army, Indian army. So they could not stay in that house. They moved to Chennai, nearby state. And there one man prayed over her, and immediately one Christian evangelist prayed over that little girl, and immediately she was delivered. The same instant. So that is instant healing. That caused my mother-in-law to follow Christ. And she said, I don't want anything. They said, if you follow Christ, if you want to be a Christian, we won't give anything. So she said, I don't want this big house, nothing, I want gold, silver, everything. She left and she came to the village where we have the church now. And she is the one who decided to follow Christ, my mother-in-law, my husband's mother. And she came along with four children to that village, and she started worshipping Jesus. And she didn't know how to worship, so she just bought a Bible and read the Bible for another 3 months. Day and night she read the Bible. So she's the one who accepted. That time my husband was against Christianity. He said, I have my Krishna with me. If you don't push your Christ to me, like that he was against it. But one final day, everything is detailed in the book. I make the long story short because I don't want to take much of your time. Then at last God, he wanted to commit suicide, and he was standing before the railway truck when the train was coming, and he wanted to kill himself because he was addicted to many things like ganja and cigarettes and drinks, alcohol, everything, in the age of 23. So when he was decided to die and he wanted to commit suicide, that time somebody just took him and kept him on the platform, in the railway platform. Then he said, who is the one who rescued me? He was asking. He could not get the answer, but one man came to his house and he shared the gospel. It is a very funny story. He said, my husband asked him, if you can show Jesus, I will follow him, because we have 333,000 gods. 3 million.
333 million gods.
300. So many, for everything they will have a god. You know, even the cow dung is a god to them. They will put a small cow dung and they will make a worship to that. So like that, so many gods are there. I don't want one more god. If you show Jesus to me, I will follow him, like that he said. Then that man said, just on the fan. The fan was going on. Then he said, can you feel the air? Yes, he said, yes. The evangelist asked, can you show the air to me? He said, how can I show the air? I can just feel. Then the evangelist told, the same way, I can just show, you can just feel God, and you can, the inspiration you will get through God, and God will lead you. Jesus came to this earth like that. He shared the gospel to my husband, and that day he don't want to accept, but he said somehow he was pulled, and he went to the meeting in his house, evening meeting. There, the question is coming out of his heart, why I am living. Then the answer is coming from the pastor. Without knowing him, the pastor is telling, there's a purpose in this world. God sent you with a purpose to this world. Every man has got his own purpose. To fulfill that, you should come to God and ask what is the reason why God has sent you to this world. So like that, the answer is coming to him. The same way, many questions came to him, and at last he just accepted, and he went front and he cried of his sin, and he accepted the Lord. Like that, he came to the Lord. And in the age of 23, 1973, he got saved. And since then, he wanted to follow Jesus, and he got peace, and he tested God. I have addicted to these things. If I forget everything, if God takes away the sin from me, I cannot give up my sin. Only the sin should be taken away from me. And then I will believe he is God. So God should do a thing, which a great work, which a man cannot do. He is God. So Jesus made him to forget all the things. Then all the addictions went away from him. It's a miracle. And he accepted the Lord. Then he started serving him. Then we got married in 1982, I told you. As he was a pastor, and I come from Lutheran background, we both worked to a secular job. I was working for a central government. I had a job in the office. But God said, many people are working in the mission, but I want a person to work with human. They are my handmaids. So I created man. So there's no one wanted to work with people. Everyone wanted to work with machines. Like because I was working in the mission, I was a typist in the government office. So that time God spoke to me like that. So I resigned my job and I came to the full-time work. And I wanted to be a missionary to Gujarat, the east part of India. So I wanted to go to Gujarat as a missionary. And my husband committed himself to go to Maharashtra as a missionary, to work among the Hindi-speaking people. This is how one of the pastors in between arranged our marriage, and both of us were interested in doing the ministry, so we came like that. But God spoke to me, not don't work as a missionary, going around. Scattering the seed is not your work. You have to plow the land, plant the seed, water it, and bring the fruit to me. Like that, he told me. So that is, then I don't know what is gardening work. He said, you are a gardener, you have to work in a garden. I said, Lord, I have given up my work, and my mother was a teacher and my dad was working for railways, and brothers are all in good job. Well, you want me to go and do the gardening work? I didn't know what is gardening. It is the church ministry. So then my pastor told Noma, it is the church ministry. God has given you to plant the church, bring the people for salvation, and giving up to the Lord for the kingdom of God. You have to work like that. So since then we started working. The beginning, it was a village called SK Garden in Bangalore, Sister Teresa and Pastor Gordon and Mama Agnes. They all came to our place. So this is the church, the village church. In that village we started like this with the shed. We started and people started coming. We started with 4 people, but it is our blessing. God has blessed with more people. More people. So people are keep coming now also. One of my daughter, my older daughter, I used to say, people are toiling to bring the people inside the church. But how come people are coming to you? It is a blessing, I can tell you. When we ask God, He will say, I will give you nations. So like that, India is a very hard country. We have anti-conversion bill. We cannot baptize the people. If we baptize till May we had the rule that they will be arrested for 3 months.
3 years.
3 years in the jail.
Pastor.
Pastor will be arrested, and they will put him behind the bars for 3 years. In that country, we have planted 80 churches in our state, Karnataka state. Then it was very strong. Karnataka, they used to say it is very persecuted land. It is Bihar in South India, and North India, Bihar is the cradle for it's a cemetery for missionaries, they will say. Bihar is the cemetery for the missionaries, they say. But the work is going on because our Lord is with us. He said, until the end of this earth, I will be with you. So God is there and the work is going on. God blessed us with many people. And from this hut church, we have built another church. This is my husband dedicating the children. And that is the women's fellowship. More than today also, even every Friday, we are conducting women's fellowship. More than 100 ladies are gathering. Wow. So it's the church ministry. God has blessed us. In the beginning days, we used to have a small room, and people used to be stacked in that room. Like that, we started the ministry. And like that, so not only in Karnataka is our state, and in North India also. North India is a place I was showing some of these young boys are there working. We started building the church. From this to we just started building because God blessed us with people. All kind of workers are there, plumbers, electricians, and everyone. The builders, everyone is there. So they decided to build the church, and every day 60 people used to come and work with us. And you can go and show them the new church. So now it is not there, the present church. The previous church was there. Okay, now this is the previous church. And now we broke this church also. Now it has come to 3 floors. 3 floors church. And every Sunday we have 5 services in all our language. Tamil, English, Kannada, no. This is Ronald Bonke.
I was about to say, is that Reinhard Bonke?
Bonke came to India, and my husband, he conducted meetings, big crusades he will conduct. He is known as the father of the city now. Before his death, and they called him as the father of the city. and he worked, and he used to call many people, like conduct cruises with Reinhard Bonnke and Dick Bernal from Jubilee Church, California, and Sister Joyce Meyer and Ron Kennelly, like that. Benny Hinn, 2008, he conducted Benny Hinn's meeting, and that was a life threat to him, because he and another pastor called Tagaya, both of them, they started conducting a big crusade. Nearly 7 million people.
They said it was the largest one,
7
right?
lakhs people came. It's
That's the largest crusade India had ever
largest
seen.
crusade. It was a very largest crusade.
I just heard about that.
7 lakhs people gathered that time.
Yeah. Close to 1 million.
2 million people.
1 million.
1 million.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 million people came, and that time they were searching for him to kill, because he's the one who conducting the meeting, and they thought it is a big way for conversion. They are turning the people to Christianity. So like many problems were there, but God protected in everything, and the church ministry is going on like that, and like that. And not only in south, in north also, Manipur, I was showing some of the pictures. If possible, tomorrow we can see that.
It's there already.
It is there already.
The
Manipur.
yes, I have it. And,
Tomorrow also?
Yes.
Yes,
if we could
tomorrow.
Please do that.
Yeah, because it is getting late. So tomorrow we'll see some of the Manipur. Still, it is going on. There's a riot against Christianity, and 357 churches.
Yeah.
357 churches were burned, and more than 50,000 people lost their house. And they are making, since May 3rd, this problem is going on in India. And the political leaders are telling, oh, it is just internal disturbance, forget it. And they stopped all the medias, and Geophone, the owner, he cut off everything.
No internet.
No internet. So people are dying there, and they are making the ladies to walk naked, and gang rapes are going on, and children were burnt and killed and chopped, and everywhere the bloodshed is going on. Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going around the world, and last month also he was in France, and in America, White House, he's showing about the yogas and things like that, and they have a great plan of converting India as a Hindu nation. And they already declared Nepal as a Hindu nation, but for God's glory, I'm telling, we have 14 churches in that nation, in that place. Nepal, in Nepal. You know, God is there with all the persecutions, with all these things. God is protecting His people, and His kingdom is growing. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. So, if we work for the Lord, He will be with us. He is with us. We wanted to fulfill His great commission, and it is our aim. This is my family, my husband Yeswanth Kumar, me, and Samuel. This is my older son Elisha, and his wife Sharon, and this is Jacqueline. Tomorrow we'll see her, Jacqueline, and Aaron is my older grandson, and this is Jaden. Jaden. And then another new picture is in my mobile, I'll show. Tomorrow anyhow, Samuel also is going to preach at that time. He is going to share the testimony that time, but I'll show the more pictures. So like that, finally, closing it, what I wanted to tell, our God is so faithful. The one who called us is with us. And He will lead us and guide us and protect us till the work the work is given to us, He will protect us. Mostly in India, Christians are not afraid of death. We wanted to give the gospel, and we wanted to pull the people out. They will say, why you are converting people? It is not conversion, we are showing them to escape from the death, like that you say.
Yes.
The eternal death. We are showing them the way how to escape from the death. God is really helping us and proving the word through signs and wonders. Otherwise, Hindus, they won't believe. So, why people are coming into the church means it's because of miracles. In one of our village church called in Unsur. The boy was, in many ways, God used us among the people. For 6 years, God brought the orphan, semi-orphan children to our house. That time, I think sister might have visited when the children was there in our house that time. And we fasted 11 girls and 35 boys in our house.
They were all
And they
sitting
were,
on the floor eating on those little papers,
Yes.
on those little
yes.
leaves.
Banana
Yes,
leaf.
so they will all, they stayed with us in my house, in our house, and along with our children, we fostered those children. And now, all the 35 boys are pastors.
That's a new
This is the new church. Yeah, my husband is preaching. Yeah. So, like this, we have in Tamil, all the languages, Tamil, Kannada, Hindi, Telugu, and English. In 5 languages, we conduct the church services.
That's why you
After my husband went home, May 2022, May 27th, he went to be with the Lord. That's a big story because his day was ordained by God. He worked very good and he planted more churches, more than 80 churches in our South India and 14 churches in North India. And many pastors, he ordained many pastors and dedicated many children and conducted so many marriages. And he built the church and the parsonage for the pastors. And weekly, 3 days he will stay in the hometown. The other days he will be on the car going to the other villages and visiting people and encouraging the churches. And he personally will go. We were talking about leaders today. He is a very good leader. How he will secretly will go and find out how the people are doing, what the work is going on like that. So like that he went around and toiled for the kingdom of God for 70 years. From 23 to 70 years he worked and worked for the Lord. And 10 years he was under dialysis and
For 10 years.
10 years dialysis. He was 10 years, 2011 he started, 2012 May he started the dialysis, and 2022 May 27th, and he said in the month of May, on 22nd he said, no more dialysis, I'm going to finish this dialysis with this month, he said. Same thing happened. And he has written, promoted to glory, and kept it on the table. And he himself prepared everything. And he conducted 2 boys' marriage in 1 day. It was a big event. Big event. More than 5,000 people came to the marriage. He is a very organized person. Everything he will think and be with the Lord, ask the same concept from the Lord and take it. And successfully he did everything. 2 marriages in 1 day, and he saw 5 grandchildren happily, and he blessed all the church members. And 21 days we were fasting and praying. That time he said, fear God, all through your lifetime. Let us live with the fear of the Lord.
Yes.
And that is beginning of all wisdom. You may see many things in this world, but only the fear of the Lord is beneficial in this world and as well as in heaven, like that he said. That is his last message. And many people also told about his day, because May 27 is our church. This church was dedicated on May 27, 2002. 2002, we 20 years. 2002 we dedicated this building, and that was on May 27th. And I said, why 27th, maybe on June 1st or like that, it's a remarkable day. He said, no, May 27th. He said, and he dedicated this church on May 27th. 20 years we lived in this church, and on 2022, May 27th, that is his last day. 20 years. And he wanted to celebrate the from this thing, church dedication day, very remarkably because it is 20 days, 20 years over. So he brought gifts to everyone, for the children hat, and for the girls like this dupattas, and for men raincoat, and for the women bags and everything. He lavishly spent, and he called pastors for 21 days fasting prayer. We usually conduct May 6 to 27, 21 days every year fasting prayer we will keep. So like that, this year, that year also, he conducted the fasting prayer, and many pastors came, and he is a very lavishly giving person. He will give people offering, and the poor people that him lavishly. We should not ask anything to him. Well, for example, one day he gave a love offering to one pastor, and he opened the purse, and it was 40,000, I know. 40,000 rupees to our money, maybe
$300, $300,
and
$400, yeah.
maybe like that. So he has given. Then that person was. It was a huge money in India. So he said, "Is this the offering to me, or it is his expense? He has kept the cover. Maybe it's changed." Like that, he asked me. I said, "No, I cannot go and ask him because you will get annoyed." I said, "No, I cannot ask him." He said, "Just ask him whether it should not be mixed. Maybe he has kept for some other expense because the program is going on fasting prayer." Then I asked, "Did you give the right cover to him?" And he said, I didn't went crazy. Go, give it to him." Like that he said. "I'm not a madman. I did everything correct."
This was intentional.
He said, I did not went mad. Go, give it to him. It is his offering." Like that he said. Like that, he will bless the people wholeheartedly. He's a man of giving, like that. So that day was 3 months before. One lady came and she told me that I have a big, beautiful golden car is coming from heaven, and it is standing near the gate, this building gate. And past his white suit, he had dressed up, and having a Bible in his hand with the black shoe, he is walking out. And I'm just going behind him. And near the gate, he is going into the car. And one of his older brother died before 2 years. And he is sitting inside the car, and he is welcoming him. And the backside one, a tall young boy, like he is coming and closing the car. Immediately the car is going up to heaven. And that lady came early in the morning, 6 o'clock, and she said, "Morning 4 o'clock I had a vision like this. And I could not say it is a dream, because I heard the sound of the car. It's going like a helicopter. That sound is so authentic in my ears, and the light was, the whole area was lit by that light, the golden car light." Like that she said, 3 months before. And one more girl also, 20 years before she got married and went out of the church, but now those days, November, she came and she said, "Mama, I saw pastor was laid down here in the hall like that, he was dead, and I saw a vision like that. So we have to pray." So she started 3 days without drinking and eating. She started the fasting prayer for him. And after that, the whole church people, men and women, girls, boys, everybody, even the children, they fasted Esther fast, without drinking, without eating. They fasted for another, till December, they fasted and prayed. And he heard the prayer sound, and he said, he was very happy. "Oh, the church is praying. This is the sign for revival." Very nice. Day and night they are praying. He was so happy. He wanted to see the church praying like that. And he saw that also, and he was satisfied. Oh, like that, many things. One more fast also saw a vision the day he went home. That same day he had a vision that he is sitting on a bench, and it was a green meadow in front of him, and Jesus is coming and sitting near him and asking whether he want to go front. It was a golden gate and a beautiful city with full of light and joy. And Jesus asked him whether you want to go there or behind the world. The globe was there, and it is full of darkness, smoke and everything. And it is dirty. You want to go here or there? Because in his 10 years of dialysis, many times he went to the deathbed because of his sickness and lack of blood and things like that and all. Many times he touched the death point. But we used to say, Lord, we are not yet prepared, don't take him, Lord. Like that, we'll pray, the church will kneel and pray for him. So he will come back. So that, like that only they thought he went to the hospital for dialysis, he will come back. But that is the last day for him, God has ordained. And my older daughter-in-law also heard authentic voice. Nobody will forget his day. And she told me that, Mama, I heard a sound that that day he took the whole family to the hotel and he gave us good food. He said, whoever want anything, you just take and eat. Like that he said. And that day he was walking very gently on outside, and my daughter-in-law heard a voice that his day, nobody will forget his day, like that. Then she told me, what is this? Means that is the church dedication day, and most of our missionaries got married on that day. Because that day we will make 1,000 packets of food, we will give the biryani. Yeah, so for the people, he will arrange for that. Even on that day also, it was because of the church dedication day, he arranged 1,000 food. His body is coming from the hospital, and there the food is coming to the house. So on the funeral day, people were eating biryanis. He used to say that, if I die, nobody should cry. You should continue the work of the Lord. Till the end, we have to work for the Lord, like that he will say. And eat biryani, be happy, like that he said. Wow. The same way he ordered the biryani, and it came. The biryani means it is rice with mutton. It will be the lamb meat. It will be very tasty, so the people likes it. But on that day, nobody ate, and people didn't know that he is dead. And they just dressed up well because of the church anniversary. They came fully dressed up with good gorgeous dresses, and there they heard that past is no more. And many people fainted on the roadside. It was very interesting day, but it is God's, God is so faithful. Yeah. And he finished all the work, and he was the president for Bangalore Pentecostal Fellowship for 3 times. 15 years, nobody wanted to resign him. They wanted him as a father and as well as a good leader to them. Yeah. Nobody accepted his resignation. He said, no, this year I'm going to resign and I will appoint a person. He is more younger, and in the ministry also he is very younger to us. But he said, no, he is going to be the leader. So he appointed a man. So he settled all the work. Everything is finished, and he told, he went through many sicknesses. So he told Olsen to take up the ministry 5 years before, after his marriage, before his death. 5 years he has given the church ministry to him, and he given all the authorized signatures to sign up everything. He has handed over to me, and he did everything perfectly and went home. Wow. Yeah, but he waited. As a very good husband, I can tell you, because though his life is going, the doctors called us. By 4 o'clock they called, and me and Samuel rushed to the hospital, and his hand was like that, and I went and called, Daddy, Daddy. I used to call him Daddy. So I called him, and I kept my hand like that, and he held my hand like that, and he said, He was just waiting for us to come. He gave a sound, like that. The same time that pastor had a vision that Jesus is coming and asking where you want to go, there or to the heaven or to the backside world. So the same time, it is 5 o'clock, man. It's like 5:45. We both were in the hospital, so it was a very day. But God encouraged us, and I could not take it because I said, no, we can revive him. We can revive him. I was thinking, like, he's not dead. He's okay. We can revive him with all CPR treatment. We can revive him like that. I thought, and it was keep going on to my mind like that only. But when they brought the body, then only I understood that he is went home.
Yes.
But he finished his race. He's finished his race and he passed the mantle to his son, and many pastors are there, the assisting pastors are there, and God blessed us with good people in the church, and they are also cooperating with us. The ministry is going on well, and after his death, I started going around the villages, visiting our missionaries, our pastors, 4 pastors, and we started building another 4 churches also. So people are meeting, and like that, the work is not stopped. Yeah, everybody thought, people used to be very surprised too. They'll wonder, they'll say, how the work is going on? Is the people are staying in the church? How the missionaries are cooperating with you? They are all scattered, or like that they will ask me. I said, no, God is just put an bondage, like it is bonds of love, cords of love. So with love and harmony, one-minded, even Samuel is working very hard now. He will tell about his ministry, apart from church ministry and missionary work around India, in many parts of India. We have that also, and as well as he is working among the drug addicts boys, like more than 100 children will come. Last Friday also I spoke with the boys, 52 boys came, and they're all new Christians. They're coming from addiction, and we will talk more about it. They're going around colleges, talking to the youngsters about the pre-marriage sex and things like that. And so different human trafficking like that and all. So he will speak tomorrow about it. Like that, in many ways, our only aim is to bring the people into the church and teach them about salvation. And yes, we will make them the children of God. You know? So this is our work.
If it's okay, we just have a 3.5-minute video of his life that you guys put on YouTube.
Oh,
And we'll show that and then we'll close. Is that okay? Just 3.5 minutes. Thank you everybody for
Okay, thank you.
bearing with us.
Wow.